Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys on my channel guys. And yes guys, I'm going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Chelsea at Old Trafford at home guys. And yes guys, this is our second to last game at home of the season as well. The positive thing is now we're in Champions League for next season. We've secured top 4. It was another win. It was another 3 points as well. Just unfortunate we couldn't get the clean sheet, unfortunately. That would have been the icing on the cake, clean sheet, but unfortunately we just couldn't hold on onto that 4-0 lead. Could have been better towards the end. It is what it is. We'll take it at the end of the day. I also want to apologise guys because this video will not be fully edited due to the fact that our next game against Fulham is on Sunday, so I don't have enough time to edit this video unfortunately, so I apologise for that guys. But obviously the last game of the season video will be edited fully. But yes guys, it's that time. We're at the end of the season now. Anyway guys, let's get straight to those videos we made. So it was an unchanged team for our last game against Bournemouth. Talking about the starting 11, so we started with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lindelof, Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksen, Antony, Fernandes, Sancho and Martial. Get into the overreaction now. Man United overpower Chelsea to secure top 4 and Champions League. Yes, get in. What a game, what a result, what a win. It's a massive 3 points, a well-deserved win. A win is a win. Job done. We weren't at our very best. We were dangerous on the counter-attack. We should have scored more goals. There was some good play and some of it wasn't convincing and promising at times. But we will take it. It was a good start for Manchester United. On the front foot, pressing high up the pitch, having possession. Chelsea had 2 moments on goal. United won a free kick. Casemiro scores for 1-0, giving the ball away in silly areas. Sometimes we were trying to play the fancy stuff, just keep it simple. Some really good passages of play by United. Changing personnel, Rashford comes on for the injured Antony Sancho, just not penetrating and making bad decisions. United controlling the game, good link-up play. United have wasted a few passes in front of goal. Defending is good. Chelsea getting into the pockets of spaces. We're inviting in the pressure on us. Chelsea wasteful in front of goal. Good build-up play. Martial scores for 2-0. Offensively, we could have done better. Not bad first half. Should have scored a third goal. Fernandes hits the crossbar. United soaking up the pressure and hitting Chelsea on the counter. De Gea, 2 great saves to keep us in the game. United getting the chances. Again, just not taking our chances. The crowd getting a bit rowdy and frustrated. Chelsea making a few substitutions. Chelsea all over the place. United letting Chelsea on the back in the game. Fernandes made a few substitutions. The substitutions brought more enthusiasm and energy. United picked up the intensity and tempo. United picked up the pace. We were a threat going forward. Bruno scores a penalty for 3-0. United getting in between the lines. United made the runs in from behind. United making more of an impact. Rashford scores for 4-0. United got a bit sloppy towards the end. A lack of aggression, design, concentration made us concede at the end for 4-1. United were comfortable. Game management and decision making was vital. Some fantastic individual performances. Let's take it one game at a time. Let's keep up the momentum going. Let's not get carried away. First half, not bad. Second half was good. Overall, okay performance. Win done and 3 points done. Anyway guys, let's get straight to this video. What did I make of the performance? You know what, I thought it was an okay performance. I've written here on my notes it was a decent performance, but I think it was an okay performance by Manchester United. I don't think it was a great performance all round. I think this was a weird game to analyse back, to be honest with you, because you know it was a bit competitive at times in the second half, I did think, but I think in the first half, Chelsea were much better in terms of possession. I thought they dominated us in the first half. I thought United controlled it a little bit more though, and but I think it's all about scoring the goals. Did Chelsea score the goals in the first half? No. So at the end of the day, that's their problem, Chelsea, not scoring enough goals and going up against a really good team that's fantastic on the counter as well. Probably one of the best teams in the world on the counter as well. So I think at the end of the day, Chelsea knew what they were going to be in for as well in this game as well. So you know what though, a bit annoyed to concede right at the end though, but again, just not showing that desire, that aggression and that concentration was just not there towards the end. But a bit disappointing to concede right at the end, but overall I think you look at it as a great result. 4-1. We needed it because obviously a win here was obviously going to secure Champions League football. We've got that now. Also, we've secured top 4 as well. So we're now 3rd as well. We could potentially finish 3rd come Sunday as well. So it's been a fantastic season all round so far. But let's keep it going one game at a time. Let's keep the momentum going. But yeah, I thought it was an okay performance all round. I don't think it was a great performance. I think there was some stuff where we could have been better in for sure. I think we could have been, we were not convincing and promising at times. It wasn't a convincing first half by Manchester United, but it's all about scoring the goals. We scored 2 perfect goals in the first half, and we made them count. And I think Chelsea, again, just defensively have been poor this season, and it showed again in this game. So all round, I thought United were absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic, and you can't take that away from United because we were absolutely fantastic in the second half. So, so I thought the second half was much better than the first half for sure. And but I'll get into that why. I think we were a lot more better in the second half than the first half. But I think getting into the game now, I thought the first half started. United in the first couple of minutes. I was at this game last night, so I saw all this unfold right in front of my eyes. But obviously with my notes as well. So at the end of the day, I thought first half United had a few good minutes. Had possession, got on the front foot. Good start. I thought United, as the game went on though, I thought Chelsea got comfortable. They were, I think in terms of possession, they were a lot more dominant than United, but it's all about how you can utilise it, and I think Chelsea just couldn't utilise it in their sort of game and how they approached the game as well. But you could see what Chelsea were trying to do in this game. I think some Chelsea fans have said, we had an okay game but still lost. But at the end of the day, I think there's some positives that Chelsea can take away. I don't think it was necessarily Frank Lampard's best game, because I don't think it has been. The results have shown it, and to say that was his best performance, I don't think it was at the end of the day, because the result says different. So I think performance-wise, I thought it was okay on Chelsea's behalf, but still not great, So at the end of the day, I think both teams were not at the best, but I think United were not at our best yesterday. But first half, we were all right. I think started not bad, but then I think we just let Chelsea back in the game. They were dominant in terms of possession. I thought, Chelsea had their moments and their opportunities in the game as well. Gallagher dragged one wide. Mudryk had a chance in front of goal, let the ball go. Wan-Bissaka only just put him off as well. So, they had their moments and opportunities, Chelsea, but they didn't take them. And then United, won a free kick. Casemiro scores for 1-0. Perfect to start it off with in the first 5 minutes as well. But United were just giving the ball away in silly areas, as we always do this season. But then again, Bruno Fernandes tried to play this fancy stuff, just keep it simple. We're not here for this fancy stuff, just keep it simple, nice and easy. But then I thought there were some really good passages of play by United as well. And then I think, Antony went down injured. So it's not nice to see him go off, and obviously he's going to be out for the FA Cup final. But obviously then Sancho got on the ball a bit more. Again, just not penetrating those areas and, making bad decisions and not passing and not shooting. Just those little things bugging the fans as well. And then, I thought United controlled the game very well. I thought it was good link-up play, good energy levels. United wasted a few chances there in front of goal. Yet again, Sancho getting into some good areas, not shooting. And Martial having a few good chances as well. That he could have been better as well. But I thought the defending was good. But I thought Chelsea were getting into the pockets of spaces. I remember that one great ball, great weighted pass as well, onto Lewis Hall as well. And, I thought they did well, Chelsea, in some parts of the game, but we invited the pressure back into the game. Chelsea were just wasteful and woeful in front of goal. And then, obviously, good link-up play and good build-up play. Martial scores for 2-0 just before half-time, which was the dream for United, to go in at 2-0 up as well. Considering the fact that it wasn't convincing in the first half by United, but offensively we could have done better. I think the first half was not too bad, I don't think, but we were not great. I think, and then obviously in the second half it wasn't much bad of a start. Obviously, Chelsea probably controlled the opening sort of few minutes, and then United had this great opportunity for a third goal. Fernandes hit the crossbar, But then in this game, I thought United had a lot more of the chances as well. I thought United were sucking the pressure and hitting Chelsea on the counter. But we didn't mind that low as well. But then but then obviously there was times where Chelsea came back into the game as well, and De Gea had to make 2 world-class saves to keep us in the game as well. A great double save as well. But it was a weird game to analyse back because it was obviously United had some good play, then Chelsea had some good play, United had some good play, Chelsea had some good play. So it was a bit of end-to-end, a bit more competitive in the second half for sure. I don't think that necessarily the game got stretched. It was a bit more of an open game in the second half for sure, but United was still comfortable at 2-0. Nothing was going to happen. But United were getting more of the chances. Again, just not taking them. We were getting in front of goal. And we had some great chances as well to take. And it could have been easily 4-0 within the first, 15, 20 minutes of that game in the second half. Then the crowd got a little bit more rowdy and frustrated. Chelsea made a couple of changes. I thought they were all over the place, but United let Chelsea back in the game. But then Ten Hag made his substitutions, and I thought he got it absolutely bang on right, because I thought Sancho was going to go off for Garnacho, but he got it on right tactically. So fair play to Ten Hag, got it absolutely spot on in this game as well. And but then I thought United sort of started to bring a bit more enthusiasm, a bit more energy. We picked up the intensity, the tempo as well. We picked up the pace as well. We were a threat going forward. We got awarded a penalty 3-0. We got more between the lines. We made the runs in from behind, and we made more of an impact in the second half. I thought we stretched out their defence a little bit more as well, and capitalised on their mistakes as well. And obviously Rashford scores for 4-0. And then I just think, we got a little bit sloppy towards the end. A lack of aggression, desire and concentration, and just not closing Felix down. And we just conceded right at the end for 4-1, so which was a bit disappointing. But United all round in the game were comfortable. We should have at least had them away, probably 6 or 7-0 in this game. But all in all, a fantastic result for United. It was a much needed performance and a way to show it as well, to go and qualify for Champions League for next season, and to secure top 4 and another win, and 3 points as well on the board for United. But it was all about decision making and game management in this game, but it was not pretty. I think the game management was good. I think decision making wise could have been better for sure, but obviously there were some fantastic individual performances out there, but now we've got to take it one game at a time. There's 2 games to go. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's not get carried away. And let's look forward to the last game against Fulham now. Overall, it was a fantastic result. 4-1. There were some fantastic playing parts of our game. Some not so promising and convincing, but it's a win. 3 points. We've sealed top 4 and we're back in Champions League. Yeah, it's fantastic. I think it was what we needed on the night against Chelsea. We knew coming into this game Chelsea had some great quality on the pitch, got some good players. I think it's not so great that they've got Frank Lampard in charge. I think, at the end of the day, it's just the way how it's gone for Chelsea this season. We knew that coming into this game, Chelsea have been embarrassing. They've been an absolute letdown this season. So we knew that this game was going to be easy for Manchester United. I think it was all down to what we did in this game as well, of how we wanted to play our game. But I thought definitely there was 2 sides of this game, how this game was going to go. It was either United were going to dominate this game and have a lot of possession, or if United were going to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive on the front foot and score plenty of goals. And we went for option B, and we scored 4 goals in this game. And we were clinical in front of goal, and it was just what we wanted on the night. We knew that this game was going to seal it for Champions League if we won it, and we won the game. And in games like that, we had to perform yet again well. For a full 90 minutes, we turned up and we gave the fans what we wanted as well. I was at this game last night as well, so it was a brilliant game to witness. Great game to pick as well, to go there. What a win! What a result! And what a game as well. And to bow out like that against Chelsea. For me, especially because that's going to be my last game now. So brilliant for Manchester United, and we just want to keep it going now. And the way we're performing as well, we just want to keep it going now into our next game against in our last game against Fulham now. So let's keep it going, heads down. Let's keep working hard, and let's keep improving, and we'll get what we want by next week Saturday for sure. Casemiro took the headlines yet again with another solid performance. That's 2 goals in 2 games for him. What a debut season for him in the Premier League he's had. He's been fantastic. He's been brilliant this season. I think the games he's missed, I think it's 7 games that he's missed this season through suspension. Never been injured this season as well. So I think the 7 games that Casemiro's lost, obviously, is a big part in the midfield. Completely. When Casemiro's not in the team, it completely changes the style of play. And when Casemiro's not in that team, it's a big difference, and you can see that difference when Casemiro's not in the team, and the way how we are with Casemiro in that game, in every single game. We always have a trusted back line, but not only just that, but we've got a trusted, solid DM that does his role really well. So I think Casemiro's had a blinder of a season, and what a debut season for him as well. So a lot of people have written him off as well. So I think the debut season that he's had has been absolutely fantastic. I think he's scored about 9 goals now this season for him. So it's a fantastic season for Casemiro. Great contribution to the team, a player that we've probably needed for years as well. And the contribution that he's made for United this season has been unreal, and it's been a big part of Ten Hag's play, his system, and the way how he plays as well. It's absolutely fantastic, in the way how we want to approach every single game. Casemiro's been absolutely fantastic. So got to keep working hard, and he'll definitely improve, and definitely what Ten Hag wants. We have to go and get it in the summer. And Casemiro, fantastic player. What a player. And he's here to stay. We've got a 30-goal striker for the first time in 10 years since Robin van Persie. What a great season for Marcus Rashford. Brilliant for Marcus Rashford. Fantastic player. Again, he's had to really work hard this season. We've got him back to his best as well in Marcus Rashford. I think same thing though as well. A lot of people thought it was time for Rashford to move on and to find another club and to reset, but to come in with a new manager with new ideas, exactly what Marcus Rashford needed. Ten Hag puts his arm around Marcus Rashford. It's his main man. Rashford, absolutely star boy. 30 goals this season. An absolute blinder of a season for Marcus Rashford. A fantastic player that we've needed. A goal-scoring machine that we needed this season as well. And obviously, we do sort of lack goals, but obviously, we are getting there though with Marcus Rashford. He's coming back now, 30 goals this season. Still 2 games to go. And you never know. It's been an absolutely incredible season for Marcus Rashford. First time in 10 years since Robin van Persie. Absolutely fantastic, and we want to keep it going with Marcus. And he's had a brilliant season all round. There's some brilliant players that have had a fantastic season, and Marcus Rashford's one of them as well. So brilliant, and we want to keep it going. Who is my man of the match? You know what? I thought there were some players had a fantastic game. I thought Dyer had a good game. I don't think he had much to do in the first half, despite Chelsea had a couple of chances. But I thought Wan-Bissaka had a good game. I thought Martinez wasn't even in the game. I thought Varane had a good game. I thought Lindelof had a good game. I thought Luke Shaw was okay. I thought Casemiro had a great game. I thought Eriksen had a great game as well. I thought Antony, unfortunate to go off, but can't really say anything about it because he went off injured. Get well soon, and hopefully we'll get you back for pre-season. But Fernandes, thought he was good. I thought Sancho was frustrating at times, and I thought Martial looked up for that game. Obviously there was spells in that game where it was a bit frustrating, but got his goal. And I don't know, I'm going to give this to Casemiro. I think he had another absolute blinder in this game. Another fantastic performance, and great contribution in the game from start to finish. And yeah, I think I've got to give it Casemiro. Yes, he did score a goal, but all around, I've got to give it Casemiro, not only just for the performance, but the contribution that he made as well in this game for sure. How do we beat Fulham? Now, obviously, we've got Fulham in our last final game of the season at Old Trafford at home. You know what? This is going to be a tough game against Fulham. You know, Fulham have had an incredible season with Marco Silva. I predicted them to go down back to the Championship, and they've probably had one of their best seasons coming back into the Premier League. So fair play to Fulham this season. They've had an incredible season. I think Fulham are going to come into this game thinking we want to win this on a high as well. So I think Fulham know that it's going to be tough for them to come away and get a result. I think Fulham this season, they've come to Old Trafford earlier in the season and they lost 3-1 in the FA Cup as well. So I think it was in the 5th round. So, you know, we did our job there against Fulham. Obviously, that worked really well for United, because obviously they went down to 9 men. So I think that was, you know, easily, even Fulham could have won that game in the FA Cup as well. So at the end of the day, I thought Fulham are going to come into this game. They're going to think, you know, this is another opportunity to get 3 points. You know, Fulham are going to be ready for this game. They've had a full week to prepare for this as well. United have only had about 2 days to prepare for this. So yes, energy might play into it towards the end of the game. They might have a little bit more energy towards the end of the game, but I think eventually they'll probably get tired as well when they run out of ideas as well. But Fulham, they've had an incredible season, but they're going to come into this game with a game plan. We know what to expect against Fulham. This will be a good test for United going into the FA Cup final as well, because I think what you're going to expect with Fulham is the spaces are going to be high up the pitch, and I think that's where we're going to have to go long. We don't want to keep going long all the time and bumping those long balls all the time against Fulham, but because it'll be just too much of a giveaway. So I think the way how we're going to have to beat Fulham, we have to be spot on from start to finish. We know we're going to have to perform well for another full 90. We know we're going to have to perform well for a full 90 minutes yet again. We've got to turn up to this game, got to go with the right mindset, the right mentality. But we know that this is one last game at Old Trafford now. We want to bow out with a strong performance. We want to end it on a high. This is a chance for United to finish third in the table as well. So another win on the cards. You know, Ten Hag will expect another big performance from the players. You know, we want to give the fans what they repay the fans now. Give the fans what they want as well. So they're gonna be up for this though as well. Fulham. I think Fulham like to play. They like to give every team a good game. So we have to be ready for this game from start to finish. And but yeah, I think it's just how well as a team we have to defend in this game for sure. We've got to be ready against Fulham. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough, but I think quality will show in this game, and quality will and the quality will show in this game. And I think, you know, when you've got the likes of, you know, Rashford, Bruno, Martial, those guys firing the goals, I think the quality will show in front of goal, and we've got to show that. But I think it's just how well we defend as a team, as a back line, and we've got to keep that going. We've got to keep it on top. But what to expect with Fulham, though, they're going to be aggressive. They're going to be on the front foot. They're going to bring the energy, the high intensity, the high tempo. They're going to try to be rampant, ruthless, technical, skillful side. They're a threat on set pieces. They'll like to cut back inside as well with their wingers as well. They'll be well organised. They'll defend well. They'll make it difficult to play through them. They'll try to frustrate teams as well. Defensively, they'll keep it tight and compact. They're very direct as well, very physical. They'll make the runs in from behind. They'll give it everything that they've got. They'll get between the lines. They'll cause us problems. They'll like to come forward, take risks. They'll be brave, play with width, play with pace as well. But United are going to have to defend properly. Defensively, we need to be organised. We need to keep it tight and compact. Defensively, frustrate them. We need to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive, play with intensity, high tempo, play with energy, create the chances, take your chances. You've got to be clinical, get your crosses into the box, try them out position, be brave, take risks. Set pieces can come into play. We need to be with width, get between the lines, got to close them down, don't let them cut back inside, don't leave any spaces open. They'll show incredible team spirit, character and fight. We've got to do the basics right though in this game as well. game management and decision making as well is going to be vital. We've got to keep it tight. Don't let them get a shot off. Sustain your attacks. Do your basics. Win your 50-50s. Win your second balls. Win your duels. Win your 1v1s. Got to get them on the back foot. Keep possession. You know, fullbacks have got to be effective as well. Force them to make mistakes. Put them under pressure. Don't let their wingers cut back inside. Don't afford to make mistakes. Make the runs in from behind. Don't get pulled out of position. Be brave and be explosive. And keep Mitrovic and Vinicius quiet. Into the goals now. First goal, Shaw wins a free kick. Eriksen puts in a fantastic ball in, and Casemiro heads it in for 1-0. Second goal, Fernandes looks for the pass. Enzo Fernandes intercepts, gives the ball away. Casemiro with a no-look pass to Sancho. Sancho passed the ball to Martial, and Martial taps it in for 2-0. Third goal, Fernandes wins a penalty, and Fernandes scores the penalty for 3-0. Fourth goal, mistake by Fofana. Fernandes capitalised, passed the ball to Rashford, and Rashford scores for 4-0. Getting into the stats now. Possession for Man United, it was 41.1%, and for Chelsea, 58.9%. Goals for Man United, it was 4, and for Chelsea, it was 1. Total shots for Man United, it was 18, and for Chelsea, it was 14. Pass on target for Man United, it was 9, and for Chelsea, it was 5. Shot accuracy for Man United, it was 50%, and for Chelsea, it was 35.7%. Pass inside the box for Man United, it was 13, and for Chelsea, it was 7. Pass outside the box for Man United, it was 5, and for Chelsea, it was 7. Total passes for Man United, it was 438 passes. For Chelsea, it was 617 passes. Pass accuracy for Man United, it was bang on 84%. For Chelsea, it was 90.4%. Getting to the substitutions now. Antony went off for Rashford. Talk about Antony's performance. Came off in the first half with a seemingly serious ankle injury after a tackle by Trevor Chalobah. Had been heavily involved prior removal. Shaw went off for Malacia. Talk about Luke's performance. Not as usual, high level, and come off at half time for Tyrone Malacia in a presumably reinforced move. Martial went off for Garnacho. Talk about Antony's performance. Similar to Sancho until he tapped in to make it 2-0 in the 5th minute of added time in the first half. His 2 last goals have been tap-ins. Eriksen went off a Fred. Talk about Christian's performance. His in-swing free kick was right on the money for Casemiro, and he had a chance from close range, clawed away by Kepa Arrizabalaga. Next up, we've got Fulham. Fulham are 10th in the league. Now, obviously, this is going to be our last game of the season at home, at Old Trafford. We want to win it on a high. We want to finish it strong. We want a big performance from the players. And this is the chance for Manchester United to do the double on Fulham as well. A big chance of doing double on Fulham as well. But not only just that, to beat them 3 times as well this season against a fantastic side in Fulham. This will be a good test for Manchester United going into the FA Cup final. I think what we're going to expect against Man City is going to probably what we're going to expect against Fulham now on Sunday. So this will be a good test for us now. Erik ten Hag is going to be wanting these players to come out with another fantastic performance in this game. A couple of things from me now is we've got to perform well for a full 90 minutes. We've got to turn up. We've got to prepare well for a game like this. I know we've only got 2 days to prepare for this, but we've done this for the whole season now as well. It's not like as if it's a new thing to us, because it's not, because we've had Thursday games and we've had to play on Sundays as well. At the end of the day, it's just going to be another game for us. We've got to go in with the right mindset, the right mentality. One last push now. This is the final game of the season. A lot's on the cards here. We want to end it on a high. We want to end it with a win. Big, strong performance from United as well. We want to also do the double on Fulham. Repay the fans. The fans deserve it as a send-off as well. To finish the season off with a win as well. I think that's what we're all going to be expecting in this game against Fulham. Every Man United fan will be expecting another win against Fulham. It's not going to be easy. It will be tough in spells. It will be physical. We know where Fulham's weaknesses are. And I think that's going to be make the runs in from behind. Spaces are going to be high up the pitch as well, and they're pulled out of position. We're going to have to be explosive, and we're going to have to be direct. In games like this, you know, you've got to be more direct, you've got to be a little bit more expansive, and you've got to have to be a little bit more smarter, a bit more braver. You've got to take risks in a game like this against Fulham as well. Ten Hag's going to want to come into this game and have a lot of possession, dominate this game as well. He's going to want United to control this game as well. Fulham, though, they'll play their own game. They'll come forward. They'll give us a good game. They'll like to come back inside. They'll like to make things happen as well. As a defensive perspective, we're going to have to be ready. Willian can be a bit of a handful, so they're going to look to cut back inside. Willian's one of these where they've got the right balance as well. Willian might play off the left, but he cuts back inside on his right foot, his favoured right foot, so we're going to have to be aware of that as well, because they'll look to cut back inside and put those balls in, try and get a shot on target as well. Make De Gea work as well for it. We're going to have to be ready for this game. I think defensively we need to be tight and compact to frustrate them. In this game against Fulham, we're going to have to be patient. The goals will come, the quality will show. Fulham are a good side. You don't want to write them off. We don't want to underestimate them. Fantastic side. Got fantastic players, got a brilliant manager in Marco Silva. They'll want to end it on a high. It's their last away day. They're going to give it absolutely everything that they've got. They've had a full week to prepare for this. They've got no excuses as well. This is our last home game of the season. We want to give it everything as well. We have to be ready for a game like this. We're going to go with the right mindset, the right mentality. We're going to have to prepare well for a game like this against Fulham. One last game in the Premier League now. Last game of the season. Let's give it everything that we've got. Yes, energy might come into it, tiredness as well, but we're going to have to manage that, bring on the right substitutions towards the end of the game. In games like this, we want to try and get the first goal as early as we can, control, dominate that game, give Fulham a good game. When the first goal goes in, it's more or less that team's going to win, and we just have to be aware of that fight back from Fulham. They'll look to respond, they'll look to react. We just have to be aware of that. Fulham are a good side. Once the first goal goes in, the momentum and the confidence will grow, and the quality will show in this game for sure in front of goal. We need to be clinical, we have to take our chances, and we've got to be ready against Fulham. This is Fulham's last away day of the season. They'll look to end it strong with a win, so we're going to have to expect that. In a game like this, though, we're going to have to play with courage, intent, conviction. Just turn up once more at home as well. Fulham are scoring 1.5 goals per game. Fulham are conceding 1.4 goals per game. Fulham have the 11th best defence in the league. Fulham have won 15, drew 7, and they've lost 15. They've lost to Arsenal 2-1, Tottenham 2-1, Newcastle 4-1, West Ham 3-1, City 2-1, Man United 2-1, Newcastle 1-0, Tottenham 1-0, Brentford 3-2, Arsenal 3-0, Bournemouth 2-1, West Ham 1-0, 1-0, Man City 2-1, and Liverpool 1-0. Fulham have lost 9 games away from home this season. They don't have a particularly a great record away from home, so they've lost I'd say about 85% of their games have been lost away from home. A good chance for United to win this game at home, and also a chance for United to create history by winning 27 games at home this season. A chance to create history on Sunday as well. The players to look out for is Leno, Tete, Tosin, Duffy, Suarez, Diop, Robinson, Reed, Casemiro, Wilson, Kearney, James, Palhinha, Mitrovic, Solomon, Dikova, Reed, Willian, and Vinicius. Hope you guys are enjoying another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days. And peace.